In this video, we'll take a look at how to create resources in RAYVN. Resources can be used to keep track of available materials and the location of the materials. Resources can be added to specific sites, and by doing so, they will be visible in the map. To create a new resource, you'll need access to the account settings, and this is only available for group admins and account admins. Click Create Resource and fill in the form. First, you have to give the resource a name. Choose a name that is descriptive of the resource. If we need more specifications, we can add a description to our resource. This can be, for example, the model and license number of a car or the contents of a medical supply kit. Having a clear description of our resource makes it a lot easier to select the right resource later. To make it easier to recognize, we can also add an icon that describes what kind of resource it is. To make our resource visible in the map, we can tie the resource to a location. Click in the menu to select one of your defined sites. We can also select a tag to categorize our resource and make it easier to find later on. If your existing tags aren't fit to describe the new resource that you have been adding, you can also create new tags directly in the form. You'll then see the tag in the list of resource tags later on, in the section for tags. Once we're done, we click Save to complete our new resource. Now we've completed our first resource, and we can add as many resources as needed. If we access the page for tags, we will now see that the tags we have created are saved and listed there. If we need to create more tags in the future, we could also do that from the tag section. As soon as the resource is saved in the account settings, it will be available to add to any of your logs. Go to the log of your choice and make sure that the resource tool is activated. Then go to Resources and click Add Resources. You'll then see a list of all the available resources, and you'll only see resources that have not been added to any other logs in your account. If the resource has been added to a different logs, it means that the resource is in use and is not available right now. Select the resource that you want by clicking plus and select Add Resources. If needed, you could also create temporary resources directly in the log. Temporary means, in this case, that the resource you create from within the active log will not be saved to your account settings. It will only be available for that specific log. To create a temporary resource, go to the Resources tab and select Create Temporary Resource. Then we fill in the form. This form is a lot simpler, but we have a section for name and description, and you can also select an icon. When you've filled out the form, click Create Temporary Resource, and the resource is now added to your log. In RAYVN, you can predefine locations and have these easily accessible when starting a new log. We call these locations sites. If we have predefined sites, we don't have to look up the address or click around in the map. We can just select our site from a menu and save a little bit of time. Some examples of sites can be office locations, factories, material depots, and other important installations. To create a new site, click Create New Site. The first thing we need to fill out is the name of the site. For the sake of this example, we'll now create a site called Material Depot. To set the position of the site, we can either use an address in the search field, and we can also select the coordinates, or we can click directly in the map. The sites we create can be anywhere in the world. When we have our position, we can scroll back up and click Save. Now we can see that we have predefined sites in RAYVN, and if we need more, we can add as many sites as we want. As soon as the site has been defined, it will be available next time we're going to start a log, where we can now select a site. Tags is also something you can create in RAYVN. You can use these to categorize log entries and resources. Tags are meant to create a better structure in your log entries and resources and make it easier to find what you're looking for. Examples of log tags can be tags for the department that the entry belongs to, like HR or communications, or tags that define themes of the log entry, like environment or critical infrastructure. To create a new tag, click Create New Tag and fill out the form. We can see that the form looks the same for both log entry tags and resource tags. And when we create a new tag, one of the things that we need to specify is which type of tag we want to create. Start by giving your tag a name, and then select the kind of tag you want it to be. Every tag also has their own color, so select the color you want in the right section. Then select the availability of your tag. Should the tag be available to everyone? In that case, we'll select Global. If we want it to only be used in our group, we can select Local. And if we want it to be available in our group and all subgroups of our group, we can select Regional. We've now created a few tags. As soon as the tag is saved in the settings, it's available to use for resources and log entries.